Leafy Gurisaw.
As with a lot of these adventure games, we play this on a small stream, but yeah, we are firing up Ben Jordan, Paranormal Investigator, Case 1, in search of the Skunk-Ape. Let's watch the intro.
So you'd like to hear about how I got into this mess? How a regular guy ended up half a world away?
It's one of these.
In the backseat of a car belonging to a guy he thought he could trust, but turned out to be his worst enemy? But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I should start from the very beginning. It's the best place, after all. My name is Ben Jordan. I was just your average college graduate, 22 years old, with no direction in life and a degree that got me nowhere except
just a baby. Got it.
As a kid, I was in love with monster movies and anything to do with the paranormal. My family thought it was just a waste of time, except for my grandfather. Grandpa Arthur used to tell me ghost stories and legends he had heard while traveling through Europe in the 1920s. This really fueled my interest in the paranormal. By the time I finished high school, I was obsessed.
My brain immediately goes to like Gravity Falls, but I don't know how
college to appease my parents.
They line up
I ended up studying
chronologically with the release of this.
Which bored me to tears.
Dark Side of the Moon.
So I passed the time by reading my books on the paranormal.
I think that's
Pink Floyd
which
and
one
dreaming of my ideal career. One day I was browsing the web and found a book called The Paranormal Investigator's Handbook by Professor Quincy Sanborn.
I kind of like how it's framed up like a comic book frame too.
The day it arrived. It was then that I decided I was going to become a paranormal investigator. So after graduating, I asked my parents to loan me some money, advertised my services on the internet, and sat back waiting for the cases to come rolling in.
They did not. I feel like a little music underlay here would have been nice, but
knowing that the path I'd chosen was going to change my life in more ways than one.
Da-da-dun.
My first case started off with me receiving a phone call, but not one I was very happy about. No, Mom, I told you. I've decided to become
Dial the overall volume down a little bit too.
Investigator.
Subtitles would have been nice.
I think it sounds crazy, but just trust me on this one. I think I've seen enough episodes of The X-Files to know that there's something...
I'll see if there's any in the settings. I apologize.
Look, I have to go. I'll call you back in a few days. I don't understand. It's been 3 weeks since I posted about my services on those forums. You'd think someone would have called by now.
Everybody thinks you're just running a scam like a...
hello?
Or a bit like Life of Luxury.
Jordan? Sir, please calm down. I can't understand what you're saying. A skunk-ape murdering people in the Florida Everglades?
Cobb?
Okay, I'll go there as soon as I can.
You know.
What did you say your name was? Ranger Morales. Okay, I'll see you.
This is not a newer game. No, this is one of
that sure was
Grundislav Games' earliest ones.
Time to buy a ticket to Florida.
We did the Ben Chandler one the other week. I don't know if you were here for that one, but it was like a parody of that.
Hello, I'm Ben Jordan.
Clearly some Sierra inspiration from the
I'm afraid not, young man.
the overlay in the 068.
What's the matter? Did something happen to him?
Come with me, and I'll show you.
Okay.
Well, here he is. We found him here about an hour ago.
Did I turn off capture
What did this
cursor?
to him?
It seems that this was the work of a creature that up until now was just a legend. A monster known as the Skunk-Ape.
I guess I'd better start my investigation then.
Oh. Okay, it just turns while the cutscenes it stops showing the cursor. Okay, cool. I wanted to see. I don't know what it is. That looks like an S. Save, load, quit, question mark. Okay, well, we'll save. I just wanted to see if there's a settings thing to turn on some subtitles here. I think it takes notes automatically. That's inventory. Gun. Okay. Azure Game Studios. It might be all voiced. Okay, that looks like move. I'm not seeing a settings thing, unfortunately, so... Okay, these are different interactions.
The old ranger looks slightly nervous.
Oh, that's an eyeball. Okay.
You can't really blame him. In the distance, you see a green roof belonging to a nearby building.
Also, whoever's narrating is not. It's not supposed to be the same voice as Ben. Okay.
The mutilated body of the ranger is stretched out on the dirt.
So we got eyeball, hand, talk. I feel like question mark is what we want.
You picked this rifle up on your way to Florida. You hope you make some good money off this case because buying it created a large void in your bank account.
Didn't say anything about buying ammunition.
Your notepad and pen, saviors of your bad short-term memory.
Fair. Okay, and I can right-click through the different functions. Oh, we didn't look at the water.
The water flows past ever so slowly. You can see why this place is called the River of Grass.
Excuse me.
Yes?
What can you tell me about the murders?
Let's get some murder facts.
Oh my, they're horrible. Ranger Morales is the 5th person we've found in the past 2 weeks.
Usually I expect these to be text primarily and then read along if there is voice, so
Rita Myers.
that's what's throwing me.
There was also a vacationing couple who were camping out in the woods, and the first person we found was a teenage boy who had gone out hiking. All the bodies have had one thing in common. They're all missing their livers.
Okay.
Missing the livers.
Yes, our best guess is that the skunk-ape eats the livers.
Yikes.
When the whole problem started, we found a few deer here and there with their livers torn out, but then we started finding people, and the MO just carried over.
Okay. Also, all these are free on Grundislav Games site and Grundislav's, what is that? Itch.io page as well.
What do you know about the Skunk-Ape?
I don't know any specific facts. The skunk-ape was always more of an urban
It
legend.
wouldn't surprise me if it was a New York accent, because I know they worked
What
with
exactly would you like to know?
Wadget Eye Games, hence why it's Wadjacent Wednesdays. This is devs that have worked with Wadget Eye, but I don't have Wadget Eye's newest one. Anyway, like the Wadget Eye guys, guy really, they're based in New York, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Grundislav crew is from there as well.
Exactly.
It's similar to a...
Although they've done, like, the other game we played by Grundislav.
Because it's
I want to
trademarked
hear
as a
this
horrible
first.
smell.
Okay.
Some have
Stinky,
described it
got
as
it.
being a mix of rotten eggs, moldy cheese, and dung.
That sounds unpleasant.
It is. But the good thing is that characteristic will make it somewhat easier to track down.
I guess.
I didn't see a nose icon. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I guess second game I played by these guys, was set in Florida mainly, so I don't know if he's from Florida originally or moved there eventually. So, anyway. And this obviously also Florida. What do we got here?
Has anyone actually seen the Skunk-Ape?
The only ones who have are dead.
So there aren't any survivors or anything I could talk to.
I'm afraid not.
So if you haven't seen it, do you know what it looks like?
Not for certain, but the rumors of its appearance are all the same. It's supposed to be 7 feet tall, weigh
7
about
feet?
300 pounds, and have a nasty temper.
Glad I asked. Are there any other animals in the park that might be capable of attacking people like this?
Not really. The Florida panther might be capable of it, but there's so few of them left it seems unlikely that they would be to
They
blame.
only have one.
Besides, they usually keep to themselves.
Have you found any evidence as to what might be responsible?
The only thing we've
They're
found
decent
so
questions,
far
at least.
is a large footprint near one of the murder scenes.
Oh.
I see. That's all for now.
Okay,
Tell me about Ranger Morales.
I didn't know him very well, but he seemed like a
A little
nice
more
guy.
Ranger facts.
Do you know of any reason why he might have been attacked?
Not really, no. So far the murders have all seemed to be random. However, he's the first body that's been found so
I
close.
do
to
appreciate
main
the portraits are
tourist
so
area.
large compared to the
The
window
others have been
size.
further out in the woods. If this keeps up, we may have to close the park until something can be done.
This is a nice park you've got here.
Thanks. We rangers pride ourselves on keeping this state preserve as pristine.
I forget what the of 68 is supposed to count. Is it just interactions or clues you're supposed to find, or what? Again, it's a Sierra point-and-click holdover,
Of
and
course. This area isn't really that big. Over there,
I never played any of those, really, so...
Near that is a ranger station, and of course there's the forest, too. Here, take this brochure. It's got a map so you can find your way.
We got a map.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Or maybe it's just the amount of
My name
points
is
you can
Ernie.
get.
I've been a ranger here at Everglades
To give
National
you an
Park
estimate of
for
how
over
completed you
30
are.
years. I love nature. I guess it runs in my family since my brother moved out west to become a medicine man. Aside from that, I really don't know what else to tell you.
Your culturally appropriate brother.
Now that I know more or less what I'm dealing with, what do you suggest I do?
Well, that's a good question. Obviously, we need to find out why the Skunk-Ape has decided to start killing people, and stop it from doing so again. As a park ranger, I'm morally opposed to killing it, but as it has already taken more than one human life, that may unfortunately be the only solution. I think your best bet is to go out into the forest and see if you can find out if the Skunk-Ape has a lair, or someplace it stays regularly. Of course, you shouldn't go alone, but most of the other rangers have been too scared to go out into the woods since the killing started. I'd go with you myself, but I don't think I'm up for much excitement anymore.
I just realized the inventory icon's probably a pocket,
Are there any who aren't?
Well,
which is why it looks like a shield.
Ranger Rick,
Not the best choice.
but I don't know.
But
if
we're also not carrying a bag, so it kind of makes sense.
Tell me about Ranger Rick.
He hasn't been working here very long, but he's one of our
Ranger
best
Rick
rangers.
with a
The thing about
40-foot
him is
dick?
he's extremely superstitious.
showed
when
it to
it
lady
comes to
next
nature.
door.
He might go into the woods with you, but he might have some weird.
It was a rhyme we
wanting to.
used to
Well, right now he's
chant, well, not chant, but
Do you know where I can find him?
He should be at the ranger
sing, I guess, in elementary school.
No problem.
Probably
If
shouldn't
you
have been
any
taught
more
that one, but
questions,
okay.
Don't hesitate to ask.
Okay. We're gonna save.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Just a little jumpy is all.
I guess exclamation points general conversation. Alright, I wanna see if I can't rifle through his pockets.
Feeling slightly nauseated, you examine the body more closely.
Ooh! That escalated.
The ranger's face is twisted into an expression of sheer horror. Either his attacker caught him by surprise, or he's just shocked at the fact that his innards are currently on display to the rest of the world. There seems to be a tuft of hair clutched in the ranger's hand.
Alright, so
Maybe he pulled it off the Skunk-Ape as he was being attacked. A large pool of blood is collected.
we probably want to take the hair as a sample.
The ranger's midsection has been torn open by whatever attacked him. Several of his internal organs.
Might be to put like a gore warning on
However,
the
you
archive for
notice that his
this.
liver seems to be missing. The ranger is wearing a pair of standard olive green pants.
Wonder if maybe we can rifle through the pockets for anything.
The ranger's midsection has been torn open by whatever attacked him. Several of his internal organs are visible. However, you notice that his
Okay, it's the same thing as before.
the ranger's mutilated and
Body and midsection are the same thing. Alright,
the ranger's face is twisted into an expression of sheer horror. Either his attacker caught him by surprise, or he's just shocked at the fact that
okay. Well, we definitely want to take the hair if we
you
can.
pick it up and place it in your purse. Did I say purse? I meant pocket. Keep your fingers out of the ranger's face. Just because he's dead, that's no excuse for you to be rude to him. You search through the ranger's pockets.
I was right.
You find nothing of interest.
Okay.
You'd really rather not handle another man's organs. The body, the blood feels wet.
Fair. Okay, can we step away then?
There's nothing to be learned from asking the ranger questions.
It's worth a shot. Okay, just walk away. So we got the hair. Can we ask our boy about the hair here?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Thanks for all your help.
No problem.
Okay, defaults out if you have
any
no
more
options.
questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Alright, I want to go to the building. Oh wait, there's a brochure. Maybe I have to use that.
It's a tuft of Sasquatch hair and mange. You were given this brochure of the Florida Everglades, which conveniently includes a map of the area. You open up the brochure and look at the map.
Okay. I guess we'll start at the visitor center. Okay, so that is our travel option, okay. Take a look around
The
first.
sign has the words, "Save the Wetlands" written on it in a dark red substance.
So it could be somebody who's just trying to...
You were taught
Reduce
that
tourism.
if you couldn't say anything nice, you shouldn't say anything at all. And now is one of those times. The door goes into the visitor center. A large and old-looking tree stands majestically beside the visitor center.
Anything else? Visitor center in general?
It's you, Ben Jordan, on your first case. Exciting, isn't it? Now is not the time for that.
Well, you always gotta try.
You hum a little tune to yourself. You ask yourself if you can handle all this, and are stumped for an answer.
Fair enough. Alright, I poke the sign?
Somehow you get the feeling the man wouldn't appreciate you just taking his sign.
Okay.
That's
I
a
cut
nice
that
sign
off
you got
by
there.
accident, so...
Thanks. I painted it myself using my own blood.
I see.
Bro?
Hello.
Hey there, young man.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Lloyd Daniels. I've been living in Florida for the past
You got two
20
first
years.
names, so he pluralized the
I'm an
second
active
one.
member in the community and a staunch environmentalist. Among the things I do are set up fundraisers, beach cleanups, and protests.
He's very forthcoming. Okay? Tell to me about protests.
What exactly do you protest?
An impossible threat to the environment. You have no idea how angry it makes me to
I
see
love how amateur the mic
justice
setup
committed.
sounds. It's great. Mine's
If I
not
see
amazing,
someone
but...
so much as look at a tree the wrong way, I'll go off like a rocket.
You seem very dedicated to your cause.
And how?
Have you ever heard of the Skunk-Ape?
Oh, you mean that fabricated story to keep us out of the woods so the developers can bulldoze their way in here and build condos behind our backs?
So you don't believe it exists?
Of course not. Even if there was such a creature, it wouldn't be in the wild for long.
See, I thought the Skunk-Ape would be keeping people out
Down for its fur,
to
jewelry
not
would be
develop,
made
but-
from its teeth, purses from its hide.
I think I get your point.
Please don't skin the Skunk-Ape.
Did you know that the Skunk-Ape has been murdering people lately?
Well, it's about time.
Excuse me?
We got a Skunk-Ape
Man's been murdering
Skunk-Ape
nature
stand
for
here.
centuries.
Hell
It's
yeah.
not surprising that nature has decided to fight back.
Are you saying it's justifiable homicide?
Now don't go putting words in my mouth, boy.
What are we gonna do? Bring the Skunk-Ape to
This is the
trial?
wake-up call people need, regardless of whether or not some made-up creature is doing it.
Nice park, huh?
Nice? Nice? I don't see what's so nice about a bunch of rangers sitting around at their station eating sandwiches all day.
How good are the sandwiches?
Wetlands continue to disappear by the minute.
I don't know. It seems like the Rangers are doing a decent job.
Ah, shows what you know.
See you around.
Hug a tree for me.
Can we actually hug a tree for him?
You're not particularly in the mood to go climbing at the moment.
Oh well. Ooh, automatic, fancy. Alright. Take a look around.
The receptionist looks young, eager, and in desperate need of a haircut. On the counter is a white mug. Written on it are the words, "My other cup is blue."
We don't know if that's a lie. I can't check out the
The
bird.
display case contains several fossils as well as some teeth.
They're very, very, very tiny. Okay.
It's a drinking fountain. It's the door to the men's room.
I love this tune. So we'll have a chat.
Interesting setup you've gotten here.
Yeah, the tourists seem to like it.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to the Everglades National Park Visitor Center. How can I help you?
I wonder how accurate this is to the Everglades National Park Visitor Center.
Can't say I do. I've never even heard of a skunk-ape before.
Oh, well, never mind then. Have you heard about the recent...
Because the other game they did on Florida, the Golden Wake, was very accurate to it. I thought that was Granislav.
But nobody around here tells me anything, since I'm just a receptionist. I'm pretty clueless when it comes to park gossip.
That seems a little unfair.
Maybe. But if people are getting murdered, I'd rather not know about it.
What can you tell me about the visitor center?
Well, everything in here is pretty self-explanatory. I guess I can tell you more about that display case over there, and the
Okay.
animatronic Mikasuki in the next room.
What's in the display case?
If you read the plaque, you can see that it contains fossils down near this area. Mainly it's
people we
just
saw, though.
alligator and shark teeth, and a couple of imprinted rocks.
Can I take a closer look?
I'm afraid not. We've had problems with tourists stealing the relics. That glass case is there for a reason, you know?
Okay.
What can you tell me about the animatronic Mikasuki?
Like,
It's
what is a
robot of an
Mikasuki?
Indian. It's
Oh.
tacky, politically incorrect, and it gives you a blessing if you put in a coin.
Oh,
I see. Anything else?
that's fucked up.
It's broken. Which is probably for the best if you ask me.
Tell me something about yourself.
What for?
I don't know, I was just being friendly.
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not talk about myself.
Okay,
We didn't want to write this.
that's all the information I needed.
Enjoy your visit.
Alright, we got a point for that. Gonna take your mug.
The receptionist probably wouldn't appreciate you messing around with his mug. You aren't feeling particularly thirsty at the moment. The plaque won't budge.
Okay, the plaque is a separate thing.
The plaque reads, "The following items have been found in or around this area of the park."
That's what I thought. That was a separate item, not that the following items were found in and around the park. Alright, anything going on in the shitter?
It's a hand dryer for drying your hands. It's a toilet. They're usually found in bathrooms, are made from porcelain, and are used in activities that are best not described in detail. A roll of toilet paper is conveniently situated next to the toilet. It's a sink, a standard item found in bathrooms. A large mirror hangs on the wall above the sink. In a fit of kleptomania, you decide to take the whole roll of toilet paper. You never know when it might come in handy after all.
Yoink.
There's no need to use the hand dryer, as your hands are not wet. You don't need to wash your hands at the
I was hoping
moment.
to get our hands wet. Alright.
You flush the toilet and get a strange satisfaction from doing so.
Alright. Flushable toilet. Game of the year. Alright,
It's the toilet paper you took from the visitor center bathroom. The toilet paper feels soft. You wouldn't mind wiping yourself with it. With childish delight, you toss the entire roll of toilet paper into the toilet
I think
bowl.
we can distract the guy to,
Now is not the time for that.
Thought maybe we'd clog it.
You flush the toilet. Oh dear, it seems that your throwing the toilet paper into the toilet has caused it to become clogged.
Okay, the growls seem to indicate points. Alright, so I think we can tell him about the toilet now.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to the Everglades National Park Visitor Center. How can I help you?
That's all the information I needed.
Enjoy your visit.
Interesting setup you've gotten here.
Yeah, the tourists seem to like it.
Alright, I was hoping clogging the toilet would get his attention. Maybe we have to flush it a second time.
You've done enough damage as it is. No need to flush the toilet again.
Okay. Maybe my hypothesis was incorrect. Hopefully that's not critical to solving the case.
It's a startlingly lifelike animatronic.
I should probably go back to the murder scene to see if there's anything else we can walk around to.
The poster features a rather boring illustration of the water cycle and its importance to the park's ecosystem. It's a coin slot, presumably for putting in coins. There seems to be something stuck in it.
Oh.
The window offers a fantastic view of an adjacent lake. You don't want to give some poor janitor a hard time by smudging up the glass. You're no science thief. Leave the poster alone. You'd rather keep your hands to yourself. You can't reach into the coin slot with your fingers.
So we need something narrow. I don't really have anything right now that would fit the bill. Does not have the quick travel. Yeah, I thought clogging the toilet might get the, Okay, so I guess it's just this thing. Where's the map?
You open up the brochure.
Alright, back to the murder scene to see if there's anywhere we can walk. Nope, okay.
The thought of sticking your hand in swamp water doesn't really appeal to you. Besides, there could be alligators in there.
Alright, so much for that.
The two items don't go together.
Okay, that's for combinations. So,
The two... Yup.
we'll try the ranger station next.
The door leads into the ranger station.
One save kind of
The
guy.
ranger station is a small shack-like structure. It seems the government doesn't send much of its funding this way.
Probably even less nowadays. Here, we expected it to be locked.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Fair enough.
It's a map of the Everglades.
It's kind of like a face, honestly.
An old radio is blaring out some horrible blues tune. You were never really a fan of the harmonica.
It's fine. I like it.
A young ranger is sitting on the couch reading a book.
Okay,
This
that's
must
it.
be Ranger Rick.
Can I see what book it is? No, let's look at the
A
couch.
comfortable-looking couch provides the rangers with a place to sit and take a break.
Fair enough.
Nice weather we're having.
Is it? Haven't been outside much today, I'm afraid.
The desk has a couple of drawers. Your curiosity begins to get the better of you.
Could I ask you about some stuff?
Sure, what's up?
All
You're
right.
Ranger Rick, aren't you?
Yes, I am. What can I do for you?
My name's Ben.
Do you have a
Morgan. I was
40-foot
called
dick?
here by Ranger Morales.
Oh, you're the Paranormal Investigator guy, aren't you?
That's me. Ernie told me I should talk to you.
Okay, so talk to me.
What can you tell me about the Skunk-Ape?
Welcome to Skunk-Ape Chat,
Terrorizing the
Part
woods,
2.
That's what.
Anything else?
Not really. I don't think I could tell you more than Ernie probably already has.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent murders?
I feel like they might have also opted for no text in this because it would have crowded the screen.
Public or victims too, it becomes a whole different story. Hopefully something can be done before anybody else dies so horribly. But then that's
Oof.
what you're here for, isn't it?
Okay.
Ernie suggested I should find someone to go into the woods with and try to track down the Skunk-Ape. He said you were the guy I should go to.
Well, Ben, I'd love to go with you, really I would. But with the sudden appearance of the Skunk-Ape, things in the woods haven't exactly been in balance lately. I wouldn't feel right going out there without some protection.
I've got a rifle.
No, I didn't mean that kind of protection.
Well, I guess we could look for a pharmacy or something. But I should tell you, that's not my thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with...
Ben, I'm talking about a nature amulet.
Oh, a nature
Oh.
amulet. Of
There
course.
might be one on the shaman. Okay.
What's a nature amulet?
It's an amulet that wards off evil spirits and attracts good-natured spirits.
So if I can get you one...
Seems awfully specific.
Sure.
Okay, so how do I do it?
It's complicated. Nature amulets just don't grow on trees, you know. The base is made from an ancient earth object, like a bone or a rock.
Oh, or we have to
With
break
lots of
into the...
animal hair to make a
the
string so
thing.
the amulet can be worn.
We have animal hair.
The amulet needs to be blessed by a shaman. Got it?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
They did say the robot shaman blesses you.
It's part of a series about this kid who wants to be a professional fish tank cleaner.
That sounds fascinating.
What?
This one I'm reading is part 5, where he goes to Bangladesh.
Is it any good?
Not really. It's surprising, since the author took so long to write it.
Well, I hear that tends to happen a lot.
Oh, is this supposed to be a stab at George Railroad Martin?
That's some nice music you're listening to.
It's the only radio station we get out here.
Oh,
But even this music is better than no music, in my opinion.
fair enough.
So what's it like to be a ranger?
I like it. It's a fun job. The pay could be a little better, but then the government doesn't send much money our way.
Okay, I'm going now.
Take it easy.
You try to change the station, but see that the knob is missing.
Okay.
No need to take it, you've already got one. You haven't got time to sit down right now. You don't think that poster would look particularly good in your room.
Is he gonna yell at me? Did I... That was weird. I think there was supposed to be audio there, but it didn't do anything. I could try it again.
There's nothing else of interest in the drawers.
Okay, so it sounds like we got something. Oh, what is this? Okay. I guess I just
It's
glitched
a
it.
box of P-Rex brand diuretic water pills.
That's going in the mug. And then clogging up the toilet, he's going to have to leave the station entirely.
You open up the brochure and look at the map.
At least that's what I'm betting here.
You take the opportunity to slip a water pill into the receptionist's drink when he isn't looking. It quickly dissolves.
Sip.
The receptionist takes a big gulp from his
I kind of wish it would show him sipping as a more of an indicator, but
Oh man, that water went right through me. Excuse me a second, will ya?
if you don't clog the toilet, he probably comes back fast enough that you can't do anything.
Oh, I don't believe this. The toilet is broken. I have to find some place to pee.
I'm getting flashbacks. I feel like deja vu. Like I've played this before, but I don't think I ever got around to it.
Thank goodness for that tree over there.
He's gonna pee on the tree. This guy's gonna get fucking pissed. No pun intended. Get his ass.
Hey, just what in the name of Gaia do you think you're doing?
Well, the bathroom isn't working, so I thought I'd just...
I think the
John, this poor tree
receptionist
for a while
is
waste
voiced by the
products.
developer, so
How would you like it if someone decided to relieve themselves on you?
do it.
I guess I wouldn't.
Of course you wouldn't. I suppose you think it's okay just because it's a tree.
Well, I mean, it's not like he can feel it.
Oh, is that what you think? I've got some information for you, sonny boy.
The man proceeds to yell at the poor receptionist, who looks as though he fears for his life.
This is great.
This could go on for quite some time.
That's what we wanted. Okay.
Since the receptionist is currently occupied, you swipe a shark tooth from the display case.
Alright. The thing is, we still need to get into the
The receptionist probably wouldn't appreciate you messing around with his mug.
okay, that's your hint to do that, but alright, hope.
The hair is too short and bristly to be woven into a necklace. You'll need to find a way to keep it together.
Okay, so like tape or something.
The two items don't go together.
Or we can maybe make the hair wet?
The environmentalist is currently yelling at the receptionist.
See if I can't get anything else out of them, but
You'd really rather not get involved.
okay. Although he did say the sign was written in his own blood.
That doesn't seem to work. You quickly take the sign into your possession.
Well, what the heck am I going to do with that? I'll take a look at it, I guess. There's no, there's no item. Oh, maybe there's an item on the back of the sign that he used to hang it.
The sign reads, "Save the wetlands." The signpost's end has been filed down to a point. It's pretty sharp.
Sharp enough to jam in a coin slot? That seems like a stretch, but that's the only lead I've got right now. It's probably gum in the coin slot.
That doesn't seem to work.
Okay. Oop. Can't think of where we would need something pointy. We try to go into the forest to see if there's anything there to grab.
You open up the brochure and look at the map.
I feel like the shark tooth would be too big.
An enormous tree has been uprooted and overturned. You wonder if this was caused naturally, or if it was the skunk-ape's doing.
Probably
A
naturally.
large tree stands here, casting a shadow over the rest of the area. You notice a few holes in the tree's bark where there's some dried sap.
Okay.
A few blades of grass
That might be our
growing out of
sticky
the
thing.
ground here. You have no use for grass. The tree's bark feels slightly sticky from the dried sap that is collected on it. The sap on the tree is dry. You can't get it to stick to the hair.
Alright.
Feeling no remorse, you viciously stab the tree with the pointed end of the
What did trees do to this guy?
If the environmentalist saw what you were using his sign for, he'd kill you.
Okay, we got fresh sap.
Being careful not to get any on your hands, you soak the hair in the sap.
It could be one of those trees where, like, if you touch the excretions or the bark of it, you'd, like, hurts for, like, months. Alright. Sappy hair plus 2.
You manage to weave the sticky hair into a necklace and attach it to the shark tooth. You've put your craftiness to use and constructed a nature amulet. A steady flow of sap is oozing out of the hole you made in the tree.
We only have 17 points left, so...
You see nothing of interest around the overturned tree.
Can we go any further in? No. Oh, I tabbed out. Okay. So my best guess is there's got to be a pin or something somewhere that we haven't noticed. Maybe the pen from the notepad? I don't think we're going to shoot the coin slot. That seems impractical.
You open up the brochure.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Thanks for all your help.
No problem. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Alright, so there's nothing else going on there.
You'd rather keep your hands to yourself. Feeling slightly nauseated, you search through the ranger's pockets, but find nothing of interest. The body is still warm.
Looking for anything else interactive. Okay.
You open up the brochure and look at the map.
Okay. We haven't checked back in the bathroom since he tried running in there. Maybe he dropped something. I tried the sap just in case.
That doesn't seem to work. A large... It's the sink.
Anything else on the display?
You don't need anything else from the display case.
Okay. There's no other interactions at the desk.
You stick the pen into
That was right.
and whatever was blocking it falls through the machine and into the coin return below. It seems your tampering with the coin slot has activated the robot.
Hello, welcome to Everglades National Park. I am Sharpen Sawgrass, the shaman. For your generous donation, I will now give you good fortune by performing the blessing dance.
The robot begins some horrible gyration. This really is the most insulting thing you've seen in a long time.
No, we didn't animate. Oh, we did. I can't go in my inventory to But I guess that's technically blessed now.
You place the amulet in the robot's hand.
Okay, I probably need the coin again.
You reach into the coin slot and find a quarter and an odd little piece of carved rock.
Oh. An arrowhead, okay.
It's an arrowhead, carved from what appears to be flint. It's a quarter, worth 25 American cents. It's a quarter. Don't handle it too much. You don't know where it's been. The arrowhead is light, but has a somewhat sharp end.
I don't know what I would need that for, but alright,
With the amulet on the robot, you insert the quarter and hope this does the trick.
what do I need the arrowhead for, though?
Hello, welcome to Everglades National Park. I am Sharpen Sawgrass, the shaman. For your generous donation, I will now give you good fortune by
Skip
performing.
this? Yeah. Just skip to the dance. Can I give him the arrowhead and bless that
The
too?
robot concludes its little jig. You remove the amulet from its hand. It hasn't exactly been blessed by an authentic shaman, but you hope Rick won't notice.
That or maybe the arrowhead's another way to get the sap from the tree.
This is where return coins are deposited, hence the rather fitting title of coin return.
Okay, we have a blessed amulet at least. That or the arrowhead's another way to get the, that might count as a thing of the earth since it's, made of flint. I guess we just go back to our guy.
You open up the brochure and look at the map.
Here, I got you your amulet.
Hey, great. Okay, we'll be ready to go as soon as I get a few supplies together.
What do you
I'll meet
need?
you outside the station in a few minutes then.
Okay, well hopefully it pauses because we got an ad coming up. Or maybe we need the flint to start a fire.
Here we are. This area is where we found all the other victims of the Skunk-Ape.
And we're
This
going
flint
to
and
camp
steel.
here?
Yeah, the Skunk-Ape is probably nearby. I think this will be a good place to start tracking him from.
How exactly are we going to find him?
We'll go out looking for him later. In the meantime, I'm gonna start setting up the tent. You can look around if you want, but be careful you don't get lost.
Okay.
It may not seem like it, but it's really easy to lose your way out there. In fact, here, take my compass. It should come in handy.
Thanks, I guess.
Alright, as soon as I can save, I will. Alright, and it's ad break time. So we'll be right back. This is going on a good clip. I think we'll get one of these done tonight, but I feel like we'll get more than one done in subsequent weeks. So yeah, BRB. I feel like we probably got a half hour or less. I probably could have checked the guide or something, at least for the length. Also, here is a link to the game series. I'll leave that tab up for when I do the description for the archive as well. Anyway, we'll take a look around here.
Rick is currently setting up the tent. The tent is in the process of being assembled. Rick brought along his backpack, presumably where he's keeping the supplies.
Okay.
It's a stump. It looks like it's been used as a seat before.
Alright. Anything else we're going to observe besides ourselves? I forget if I saved before the break, so we'll do that. Alright.
He's busy setting up camp. You can talk to him later. He's busy setting up camp.
Okay. Can we rifle through... Oh, wait. The log was a different thing. Aha.
It's a log. It looks like it's been here for a while. You look through Rick's backpack and find a small bottle of nasal decongestant.
Hey, Rick, mind if I borrow this for a little while?
Not a problem. Be my guest.
That seems incredibly
There's nothing
specific,
else
but
in the
okay.
backpack. It feels like wood. The log can't be moved. Rick is busy with the tent. Don't mess around with it.
Okay, well, we have nasal decongestant now. Also, you said something about okay, the compass is automatic. Alright.
A small pile of rocks litter the ground. It's a tree. There's quite a few of these around, being that this is a forest and all. A small shrub grows here. You'd rather not touch it. It could be poison ivy or something.
Poison ivy is in a bush.
You're not in a tree climbing mood right now. You don't want to weigh yourself down by carrying a bunch
of rocks, okay. Oh, great.
A small pile of rocks litter the ground.
Let's see, we got tree, and rock. Or we got tree, we got no tree. Bush left, or bush right, I'm sorry. Maybe just follow the bushes? Okay, following the bushes got us back here. What happens if we go the opposite end of this? And these are from 2017, apparently. So, newer than I thought they were, honestly. I thought this was, like, old. Okay, we can't exit the left end, or the right end. I know directions. Okay. We have tree, no bush. Tree, rock, bush. Okay, so going one direction seems to take us back no matter what. Have any directions to work with regardless. We didn't check out our new items, so.
It's Rick's trusted stainless steel compass. He gave it to you so you wouldn't get lost.
So flint and steel can start a fire.
It's a bottle of nasal decongestant. The label says not to overuse it.
It might be flammable.
The compass feels cold and metallic. You squeeze the bottle gently, and a squirt of liquid shoots out. Fun.
Thing is, I would need something to set on fire. I have no idea. Like, there's literally no instruction here what to do. All right. Oh, okay. Maybe we have to use the nasal decongestant on ourselves to sniff out the Skunk-Ape's lair.
You don't see the need to use the decongestant right now.
Okay.
You spray the nasal decongestant in your nose and take a deep breath. That sure cleared out your sinuses. Taking a deep breath, you notice a strange odor which seems to be coming from the west.
Okay. We figured it out. All right. This is why you check your notes.
You take a deep breath. You think you smell something to the north. You inhale deeply. There's definitely something smelly to the east. You take a deep breath. You think you smell something to the north.
What's the word? Well, hopefully it's not in its lair when we get there.
Taking a deep breath, you notice a strange odor which seems to be coming from the west.
How many times are they going to make me do
Getting a
this?
lung full of air, you determine that there's an odor coming from the south.
Also, these trails are way more open than I would have expected for the Everglades, but whatever.
Taking a deep breath, you notice a strange odor which seems to be coming from the west. You take a deep breath. You think you smell something to the north. Taking a deep
I don't know if
breath,
we've seen
you
Double
notice a
Bush.
strange odor which seems to be coming from the west.
That looks like a Skunk-Ape's lair.
The dark entrance leads further into the mound. You can smell a faint but foul odor coming from within. It's a large mound made from dried leaves and grass, plastered together with mud. It definitely isn't natural. Someone, or something, built it. This mound gives you the creeps. You'd rather avoid touching it unless absolutely necessary. It's no use talking to inanimate objects.
Alright, are we going to do something stupid? You better believe we are. It's probably, I would think it would stop me, but that's kind of why I saved, so.
Upon entering the mound, you're struck with a distinct odor of rotten eggs, moldy cheese, and dung.
Man, it stinks in here. I guess I found the Skunk-Ape's lair.
There's a small pile of bones on the ground. They look distinctly human. On the wall are some dark red stains. You suddenly get a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach. In the center of the lair is a large hole. Unfortunately, it's too dark to see how deep it is or if there's anything in it. A large pile of dried grass and leaves is assembled in the corner. This must be where the skunk-ape sleeps, especially if the smell is any indication.
This will hunt for anything else, but I think it's just those. Okay, hope.
You'd rather not investigate the stains any further. You don't want anything to do with the bones. They give you a very uneasy feeling. Searching the nest, you find a large stick.
But we make a torch with that.
It's not a very good idea to stick your hand into dark and potentially dangerous places, so you don't. There's nothing else worth taking from the nest.
Okay. I'm gonna do a second save just in case we're about to die. Okay.
The two items don't go together.
All right. Huh.
It's a dry and slightly smelly stick. The arrowhead is light, but has a somewhat sharp end. Striking the steel compass and flint arrowhead together creates a spark. Use this spark created from striking the flint and steel together to set things on fire.
Okay.
You strike the compass and arrowhead and light the stick with the resulting spark. The stick is now on fire.
Okay. So we probably need lit stick.
Your heart beating quickly, you toss the lit stick into the pit.
It's definitely a cutscene.
Rick,
What's the matter, Ben? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I found the Skunk-Ape's lair.
Was it inside?
Luckily, no. But I looked around and found a big hole in the ground.
Great.
Inside the hole, I found a whole bunch of packets of cocaine.
Oh.
Cocaine? Are you sure?
Well, I doubt the Skunk-Ape is collecting sugar.
Why would there be a stash of drugs
Because
in the Skunk-Ape's lair?
The Skunk-Ape's high as balls. Maybe this really is
Good job on
Cobb.
your discovery, Ben. I'm sure we'll figure out the deal with the drugs.
So what do we do now?
We should check out the lair together, but I think we should wait until dark, just in case the Skunk-Ape is around. We have a better chance of not being detected under the cover of darkness.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I've just finished setting up camp. Why don't you get a fire started and we'll cook some dinner?
All right, I'm on it. And I realized that a career in international relations wasn't what I wanted, so I decided to become a freelance paranormal investigator.
But that's how isn't how it always
I
goes.
don't think there'd be much call for that sort of thing nowadays. But then here you are, so I guess you made the right choice.
I've been wondering about something. Has the Skunk-Ape ever been active before this set of attacks?
Not that I can remember. I mean, there were stories about it, but never any actual evidence of its existence.
It's weird that it would just start attacking people for no reason. Well, maybe not no reason. There has to be some explanation for the drugs in the cave.
Speaking of which, I think it's about time we headed over there and checked it out. Have you got your rifle handy?
Yeah, I've got it right here.
You know how to use it, right?
Well, no, actually. I've never really fired a gun before.
You better let me carry it then, just in case we get into trouble.
I feel like Rick's the one
All right,
collecting the
let's get going.
drugs. I don't trust this mucka.
So this is it, huh?
This is it.
Are you sure it's a good idea to be going in alone?
If the Skunk-Ape is in there, I'll just come back out.
Okay, I've got you covered.
Rick looks slightly nervous. You can't really blame him considering the circumstances.
Or can we?
Now is the time for action, not words. Now is the time for action, not words.
Can I get a spark ready ahead of time? Oh, okay, we already have one.
The
Okay.
two Much to your relief, you see that the Skunk-Ape has not returned to its lair yet. Suddenly, you hear some commotion outside. The nest is probably very flammable, but lighting the whole thing would probably cause a massive fire, especially considering this whole place is made from sticks and leaves.
Okay, whole places? That's good to know.
You don't want anything to do with the bones. You'd rather not investigate. It's not a...
Rick!
Be careful, Ben. This thing means business. All right, you stinking ape. Get ready to meet whatever crazy entity made you.
What? You're going to shoot it?
Do you know how much the Smithsonian would pay to have one of these things on display? I can make enough money to get out of this swamp and start a real life.
But I thought you said you liked being a park ranger.
You try spending your days being bitten by mosquitoes and lectured by smelly old hippies and tell me how you like it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to shoot this animal.
Rick, look out!
What the?
Bulletproof Skunk-Ape. Oh. Oh, that's bad for Rick.
After running for what feels like hours, you finally seem to have lost the Skunk-Ape. Now it's just a question of finding your way out of this forest.
I would guess just follow the smoke, but...
You don't see the need to use the decongestant right now.
Okay, it's probably just the smoke. Alright. Oh. Maybe this is who's responsible for the cocaine.
It's a large stone chimney. Seems you found the source of the smoke. The welcoming light through the window suggests that someone is home. You've arrived at a small cabin. It looks to have been here for quite some time. The chimney feels like stone. You don't think the cabin's inhabitants would appreciate you knocking on their window. You decide to see if anyone is home.
Time to get killed.
Just a minute.
He's got a patchy beard.
Happy at this time of night. Who is it?
My name's Ben Jordan. I'm being chased by a giant monster.
Oh yeah, that sounded perfectly reasonable.
Crazy kid. All right, hold on a sec. Come on in.
That didn't sound ominous at all.
Sir, I really appreciate you letting me in.
Call me Jed. You ain't from around these parts, are you?
No, actually, I'm not.
So what are you doing out in the woods this late at night?
Have you ever heard of the Skunk-Ape?
Did you say the Skunk-Ape was chasing you?
Yeah, you know about it?
Boy, you've been living in the woods as long as I have. You've seen everything.
Oh,
The Skunk-Ape found you anyway.
maybe he's more
Well,
prepared.
I found him.
I see.
Oops.
And did you find it?
Yeah, we were looking into that when the Skunk-Ape showed up and killed the ranger.
You don't say. Well, Ben, I'm gonna go call a friend of mine. He'll be able to help you get out of here and back to safety. Make yourself at home in the meantime. I'll be right back.
That also sounds ominous.
Jed disappears into the next room. You're left with a somewhat uneasy feeling, particularly because you thought you noticed his attitude change a bit when you mentioned the Skunk-Ape's lair.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we said we found its lair.
There's a medium-sized
I skipped it by
wooden
hitting
chair
right click
on a
by
rug
accident.
in front of the fireplace. It's a fireplace made of stones. A large fire is crackling in the fireplace. Looking out the window, you see the dark forest outside. It makes you glad to be in here. It's the cabin's somewhat shabby wooden front door. You haven't got time to sit down in front of the fire right now. The window doesn't open. Even if it did, you wouldn't want to open it with the Skunk-Ape still out there. You'd rather not get too close to the fireplace. A darkened doorway leads to another room in the cabin.
We don't really have anything to throw into the fire to cause a disruption.
You don't want to burn yourself.
Is the rug separate? No, alright. Oh.
You can just walk through.
Okay.
Well, I guess I should have told you not to come in here when I said make yourself at home.
Wait a minute, those were your drugs in the Skunk-Ape's lair?
That's right. I was wondering how you'd managed to get away. Usually the Skunk-Ape manages to protect my stash from anyone who gets too close.
So you've been using the Skunk-Ape to guard your drugs? How?
It's pretty simple, really. I go into the city and steal the drugs for myself off the ships in the port. Then I hide them out here.
Okay.
But the police wouldn't think to come look. One day I happened to find the Skunk-Ape's lair. It was going to do me in until I remembered I had some cocaine in my pocket.
Don't tell me you.
It's got the Skunk-Ape poked on
A
cocaine.
little taste, and he loved it. From that day forward, he was
And
like...
he's been stealing it from, like, cartels, which is probably its own problem.
So I took advantage and started using his cave. I managed to get an electronic collar on him so I could give him a little shock if he gets out of control.
Oh, we arrived to get the control, the control for the collar off him.
Now,
You're a sick bastard, you know that?
I've been called worse. Now say hello to my little friend.
Those little klaxon noise it makes.
That's the second largest pile of cocaine you've ever seen. Jed is looking at you with a crazed grin on his face. It's the Skunk-Ape. It's huge, smelly, and looks angry enough to rip someone's head off. You'd better think quickly, or it'll be yours.
Yeah, new save. I don't know what I have in my inventory.
Don't set that on fire, you pyromaniac. You don't want to give that away. You don't want to give that away. Running away would surely equal instant death. You'd better stand and fight.
With what? Okay, I do love the little grave.
That one wasn't very good. Let's try that again, shall we?
Okay.
I guess I should have told you.
Wait a minute.
That's right.
So you...
It's then I had one day I...
Don't tell...
Yeah.
That's so...
So I took a man or if I...
You're a...
I've been...
So the spark wasn't the answer. Running's not the answer. Or the lamp.
The ceiling lamp casts a dim light in this grimy little room. Swinging on the lamp isn't gonna do much good in this situation. Thinking quickly, you lunge towards the table.
Just dump all the cocaine. Oh, he's gonna get loaded up. Skunk-Ape's gonna... get ripped, apparently.
Ben,
From 68 to 68, we're done.
what happened?
It's a long story, but the Skunk-Ape won't be a problem anymore.
What about Rick?
He didn't make it.
What a shame. Well, I guess you've done your job, so I'll write you a check for your services.
Thanks, Ernie. I'd stick around, but I'm in a desperate need of a shower.
All right, Ben. Take care of yourself.
I gotta ask
How I broke into the
Joel
whole
Ruiz of
paranormal investigating thing, and managed to survive it. Needless to say, the next few months would be filled with more mysteries and danger than I ever thought possible. But those are stories.
I'll let him
for another
epilogue
time.
here. Yeah, I gotta ask Joel Ruiz of Do You Validate to see if Cobb from Oddity Roadshow is at all inspired by this, because he's supposed to be a skunk-ape as well, and is often coked up. So, I'm curious. Some good tunes, though, yeah. Alright, so there's 7 more of these. We're not doing them tonight, but I feel like we can get at least 2 in, maybe 3 in a night next couple weeks. If I get an early enough start, I can do a run of 4. Francisco Gonzalez is the main dev at Grundislav. Dave Gilbert is the guy from Watch It Eye. I don't know how I didn't recognize it was him as the receptionist. I'm kind of impressed they were working with Dave even before the proper like partnerships for publishing. And I said Joel Ruiz, not Edmundo Ruiz. I don't know if Joel has any siblings, but I love the filmed on location. It's cute. All right, but yeah, okay, it was solid. A little longer than I expected. Oh, we got a cult. We got a stinger. Hell yeah. Who's this guy?
Senor, I have good news. We've found another one.
Excellent.
The bald guy looks like he's modeled off someone I should probably recognize, and Cultist looked a little Mace Windu with hood lowered, but okay. Alright.